Hello, my name is Rachel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm just sharing my journey with doing the carnivore and lion diets to try to help heal my chronic illnesses. I thought that I would share some tips that I've come up with to try to best survive and enjoy the holiday season while sticking to the carnivore diet or the keto diet, because a lot of holiday traditions and activities are all very centered around food, and specifically food that involves a lot of sugar and sweets, things that are not included in the carnivore way of eating. So that can be really hard, especially if you really miss eating those foods or if you really want to eat those foods. It can be super tough to stick to your diets and also to enjoy yourself. So these are the tips that I've come up with, and I hope that they're helpful for you. The first tip is to never go anywhere hungry. I find it so much harder to watch other people eat food that I used to enjoy if I'm hungry myself. So if I haven't eaten before going somewhere and there's going to be food around that I can't eat, that's just kind of recipe for not really a great time. So I always try to make sure that I am well fed and have eaten plenty before going out to do something where I won't be able to eat that type of food. The second one is to bring your own snacks or to bring your own meal to whatever activity that you're going to. Something that I like to do is to make beef jerky and to refrigerate it or freeze it and just stick it in a bag, and that way I can have a snack with me anywhere on the go. Another trick that I've learned is to get one of those insulated thermoses where you can just cook up your meal and put it inside and it will stay hot for hours. So you can just bring your own meal, and that way you can feel more included, so you can be eating along with your family and friends. The third tip is to treat yourself to something special. If it's a holiday or a birthday, I often like to have something that I don't typically have within the carnivore diet. So for you, that might be Carnivore Crisps, or it might be a prime ribeye. One of my favorites recently has been picanha. If you're really wanting to drop some money on a special meal, then buy yourself a nice Wagyu steak. Guessing if you're eating that steak, then you're not going to be jealous of what other people are eating because it's going to taste so good. That's definitely been a coping mechanism for me, is to have some sort of food that is different from what I eat day to day that I can be excited about during holidays or special celebrations. The fourth tip is to have a carnivore buddy. So to make friends with somebody that is also doing the same way of eating as you, somebody that you can talk with day to day about the ups and downs of the carnivore journey. The last few months I have been chatting about all things carnivore with my friend Maddie, and she's also doing the lion diet. We started around the same time, and so we often share recipes and tips and tricks and pictures of our food. It's just really nice to have somebody to support you that's going through the same thing that you are. I found the carnivore community to be very welcoming, and if you're wondering how to make carnivore friends, they don't have to be in person. I haven't met anyone in person that's doing this way of eating. There are a lot of carnivore-focused Facebook groups, as well as there's a pretty big carnivore community on Instagram, so those are just some ideas for how you might be able to find an accountability carnivore buddy that you can just talk about all the things carnivore with during the holidays, just to make things a little bit easier. The fifth tip is to find ways to celebrate the holidays that don't revolve around food. And for this, you may need to make new traditions. It could be that you spend extra time decorating your home for Christmas, or that you go out and look at Christmas lights, or you could throw a bonfire or barbecue party where you can gather with your friends and loved ones and just enjoy the holidays with people that you love. Okay, my sixth and final tip for surviving the holidays on the carnivore diet is to remember why you're doing what you're doing. So for me, I'm doing the carnivore diet because I've been severely ill for many years. So I have a pretty strong motivation to stick to the diet because I just really want to give my body the best chance possible to heal and have a better quality of life. In the end, to me, food really doesn't matter that much. I just want to be able to live life and enjoy time with my family and friends. And if this way of eating helps me to better do that, then it's worth it. So if this way of eating makes you feel a lot better physically and mentally, just keep that in mind if you're feeling really tempted to eat something that may be off diet. But also remember, if you do happen to slip up and eat something that doesn't fit in with the carnivore keto way of eating, don't be too hard on yourself. We're all human and you can always just get right back on track. All in all, I just hope that you guys enjoy the Christmas season and are able to find new and fun traditions that may not revolve around food, I guess, or that revolve around carnivore foods. That is good too. I'm really excited for this holiday season, mostly just because I'm doing better physically than I was in years past, and so I feel like I'm finally going to get to enjoy some of the holiday related activities with my family, and that to me is a huge blessing and worth missing out on the holiday treats for. I hope that these tips were helpful for you guys. Be sure to subscribe and follow along, and I will look forward to seeing you guys next time.